Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. It sure seems like it's been a long time since we've had a new watch to review. I get like hungry for these things. Yep. Wow. Okay. Well, you know, some people are really careful with packaging, and actually, when I open my Christmas presents, I take forever. But when it comes to you guys and watches, I don't want to waste your time. I've heard that before. So here we go. We have a round Q series or I series, they say. This looks awfully familiar if you've watched any of the IQI unboxings. This is the standard IQI packaging. It says smartwatch. Oh, it's not a Q series or an I series. It's a GS01. All right, what's this? Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Nice little watch. Silver bezel. Black, really shiny black sides. Okay, a leather band. It's got that distinctive kind of a color. That's a new thing that's happening, I guess. So they put a little bit of highlight sewing on it. It's got a charging port. Looks like it's got the heart rate sensor diode in it. In fact, that looks like a kind of fancy one. Maybe that's an upgrade. Hey, another new place for the speaker. They're always in a different place. It's not right underneath. It's not above on the bands. This one's got the speaker right over here. All right. Well, what else is in the container? Let's see. We've got a screwdriver and a charger cable and a charger dock. Okay, so this one uses a dock. Nice tall pins. That's a good sign. So first thing to look for, make sure the pins are all uniform. Sometimes they get pushed down and then it doesn't either charge right or connect to data right. That seals up really nicely. Got the cutout for here. The USB will plug directly into there. Right, yeah. And the speaker's covered, it looks like, when you put that on. Not that you'd be using it to play music in its stock, but you never know. Okay, and a screwdriver, we would presume then for taking off the screws in the back. Oh, it's a flat kind, not the Phillips. And that's how you would get put in a SIM card. Interesting. Aha, but wait, there's more. That is this watch. But look, I have another one. These guys, who is this anyway that sent this to it? This is BangGood. BangGood has sent us this GS01 smartwatch phone. And thank you not only for sending one of them, but a second one too. Check this out. In silver. Now we're talking. Look at this. Yeah, you have choice. You can have the full silver one or the black body with just the silver highlights. Bands are the same. Nice. This has got kind of a brushed silver on the edge, but very shiny here. And they've done that brushing here, but it's all in black. So you can decide for yourself. Which one do you like the best? The black one? If I got it backwards, yeah. Feels like a good solid watch, too. There you go. There it is in the black. Yeah, I know we haven't even turned it on. We will get to that. And here we go with silver. Same charging dock, same everything else. Buttons over there. Okay. Silver. Same watch, two different colors. So, let's take a look at the manual. Pick a manual. Here's one. GS01. Nice color manual. Tells us about the watch. Okay, there's the SIM slot on the inside. See that? Software instructions. Health. Pedometer. Message. Contacts. And the last page. All right, is the other side in Chinese? Yep. Okay, everybody out of here. We're going to turn this one on and see what it can do. Okay, I'll go charge it up first. There we go. I felt it vibrate and it's starting up. So we can take this little cover off. And there we go, the plastic protector. And as it's booting up, well, what has it got in it? Let's take a look. GS01 smartwatch phone, full stainless steel design. It's a 3G watch with Google Voice and for Android 5.1. Running the quad core, 512 megabyte plus 4 gigabytes of RAM, the 1.33 inch, okay, 360 by 360, so a bit smaller, very fast boot up. Nano SIM card, all this support, 480 milliamp battery. And we're running Android 5.1, and we've got these bands and support for all of this good stuff here. And your overall size and weight and strap with the millimeters. I get all these questions, so it's good when I have the specs to show and I can say, check the video. It's right there. All right, we are live. And again, this is from BangGood, and I'm going to have links down in the show notes. I already have discount coupons and all that good stuff for this watch. So if you like it in either the silver or the black, definitely check it out down below for the buying links. All right, it's already got that flip to turn on thing working, it looked like. We tap the button, and now we're into the watch faces. So let's begin the dance. Let's go all the way to the beginning and look at what wow, there's a lot of them. What the stock watch faces are in here. Yes. They look really sharp on this watch. That's an elegant one. Now, again, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I haven't signed into the Google Play Store. Nothing. It's right out of the box. Okay. As the date is the 12th. Some nice white watch faces. Oh, did you notice that? That's a first. Look at that. Synsoft. I have not seen watch faces designed by Synsoft. Now, if you followed the video I just did on a KW88 and the hierarchy of how all these software levels are laid over, did that say I2? I think so. The I2 is the IQI. Remember, this came in an IQI box, so yeah, they're probably borrowing that watch face from IQI I2. Yep, there it is again on there, I2. So this particular GS01 has watch faces from the I2. There's a standard one we see on a lot of them, a classic one to use. This watch face works great in daylight because you get a nice contrast and can see the digital time easily. Another standard watch face. What was I saying? I lost my thread altogether. I have to go back and look, I guess. Anyway, Synsoft, yes. First time we'd seen Synsoft, and I was mentioning that Synsoft is part of the firmware. This is a really dark one, but we've seen that one before too. Part of the firmware solution for these watches. It's running Android 5.1, which is a Google product. But on top of that, to identify this as a watch instead of a self-driving car, it has firmware overlaid with it. And that firmware originates from Synsoft. And beyond Synsoft then is the company that's making the GS01. I'm presuming that it's IQI, but it could be somebody else, and they're just using an IQI box, and IQI, that looks like exactly the same, watch faces and such. But nonetheless, whoever it is behind this puts the last layer of all of this firmware together, including the selection of watch faces that you see. But it's a Synware watch, and that means in order to do tethering with this watch, you need to mate it up with the Cineware software that you download on your phone. And we all know from experience and discussion that unfortunately currently the Cineware software for tethering Android standalone smartwatch phone devices like this one is really limited. That means that you're not going to be able to make and receive phone calls from this watch or any of them like it. And not just this GS01, but the whole IQI line, the whole Kingware line, all of the different manufacturers of these Android watches. They're not really made for tethering. They're made to put a SIM card inside and make phone calls directly from the watch. You can do some notifications and stuff. You can do a little bit of SMSing maybe, definitely with a SIM card in there. And there's some third-party apps that we talk about from time to time. Yep, I2 again. So they just threw a whole bunch of these watch faces together in this watch. Third-party apps will let you do some tethering and stuff, but the out-of-the-box solution for that is pretty limited. However, it's an Android watch, and so you can do all sorts of things. First of all, we're going to come down and show you the display. This is a classic standard one that we see. Here's the one where we can change the brightness, go on to Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. You have the raise to show the time, airplane modes, cellular, location. You have the ability to go into silence or volume directly from here. And then you have your pedometer with the steps and stuff right there. And to the left of this one, you get your notifications, your watch face, which we just went through all those, your whole slew of apps, and then your music player, right? And then when you go up, you have the Google Voice options where you can do the OK thing to Google. I don't say them together anymore. Sometimes it sets people's phones off, and you can't go left or right there. So that's pretty much the parade of everything here. And the apps are going to be standard Cineware apps. You're going to have your phone capability just for dialing, your contacts list that can import when you log into your Google account. You get all your Google contacts that will show up here, plus, of course, any that are tied in with your SIM card, your basic messaging, and you can set all your settings up here for messaging. And then your overall watch settings where we have sound, and you have these different things. Media volume, you heard that. Alarm. Ring. Now again, the volume's coming out of a speaker on the side. This is a good placement. This is above your arm. When it's on your arm isn't pressing into the speaker like you see on some watches. And it's right there on the side pointed towards your ear. So I like the location of the speaker on this one. There we go. And again, if you get that thing up and it always has a mind of its own. If you tap on it, when you see it, it'll take you right into the watch. But we were going through the settings, and I got to talk quickly. The sound is all of that stuff. You have ringtones and notification tones, which we've shown in other videos if you want to hear all of those. They're up there somewhere. And you can set it to vibrate as well when it rings. The display is where we set the brightness level with a slider if you like. Or you have those three options from before. And I'm going to change the sleep time from 15 seconds to 30 minutes. So now we're not going to just go off. And your overall font size that you can set. That's display. The app list style, you have matrix, which is what we're looking at. You can have an individual list or you can have round. And what does that mean? Well, that means when you go back out of here, there we had it, you have them all shown as a circle around the clock that shows you the current time. Different way of displaying them. Or linearly, or in a grid like we were looking at. The list style is like that, right? Okay, we were doing the grid, so let's stick with the grid for something different. Oh. I swipe to the left to get out of here. Matrix, all right, matrix they're calling it. And in the connect is where you can set up and turn on Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. This watch you can turn into a Wi-Fi hotspot. You guys know about hotspotting, right? If you have a SIM card in here, connected 3G to the internet, you can make this thing function as a hotspot for your tablet, let's say. Going to run the battery down like crazy, but you can do that. You got GPS. If you have a SIM card in it, there's cellular, and you can restrict apps running in the background to help save your battery. You have a mobile assistant, and when you scan that, you're going to find it's going to link you to the Cinware app for tethering. We're not going to cover tethering today. This is an overview. We've done it many, many times in lots of other videos. And believe me, it's not very good in terms of what you would think you could do on a tethering watch, like making and receiving phone calls. Here's that screen on raising, and you can turn on or off the pedometer. If you're not using it, turn it off. It'll save power. Okay, speaking of, there's a power savings that shows you your power chart and what apps are using power. You have your language and input, which is where you can choose any of these languages. So these are all the languages installed on this watch. You hear my roosters outside? Can you tell it's springtime? Yeah, they love nature. Someday I'll have to get a rooster watch. Well, you know, a nice watch face. Somebody want to make me a nice watch face for a rooster so I can put it on here when they're going off outside, and everybody will think it's my little cock-a-doodle-doo watch. That would be cute. Wow, this has really got the language selection, doesn't it? I'm way past the ones that I can even understand. Holy cow. I don't think I've seen that many languages on a watch ever. Interesting. This would be the kind of a watch to have one of those really advanced translation things running on it. Okay, but we're default on English. You can change the keyboard. It's got the Watch IME keyboard as default, but you can install your own third-party keyboards, and you can have your text-to-speech voice change if you want to, and you can set it up for voice input, right? Enhanced Google services. It's lots and lots of capabilities with this one. So their implementation of the Android 5.1 is robust. They're giving you lots of access to stuff. Date and time. You can set it for automatic network provision of time, which is a good thing when you are on the network. You can do automatic time zone business and all that, and use a 12 or 24 hour. I always like to use the 12 hour, the 1 p.m. kind of display. Reset the equipment, does that. You can back up your stuff once you're logged into Google services, and then you can, of course, reset everything, do a factory data reset. You can uninstall applications that you have previously installed, but that's all you can do with them. So one of the apps you're going to want to download is called Settings Search. And use Settings Search when you want to work with your applications. In Settings Search, you can do the normal things like force stop, clear the data, clear the cache. Here, all you can do is uninstall. And then about the watch. And this is where we get the information that is good to know. This is, it's called a Launch-I2. Well, that's what's running on it. It's a direct move of the entire software for the i2, the IQI i2 watch. No wonder we saw the i2 watch faces, but it's actually running in this new watch called the GS01. So they've taken the hardware that's classic for Android 5.1 that IQI uses and squeezed it and meshed it into this new physical layout. And then they've taken the software that goes with the IQI i2, the Android 5.1 implementation, and put it in here from June 1st, 2016 security patch. And it's generally the kernel version, Saturday, December the 10th, 2016, the latest update. Again, I'm not on the internet, so I don't know if there's an update. If there is, I would go to wireless update, tap that button, and it would go out and fetch it for me. and update the watch, but I'm not on the network, so it's not going to be doing that. This is just a first look. And that's everything that has to do with settings. There, do you see it snap from the linear to the matrix? We also have clock, which is where you basically set your alarms. We have sound, which is the sound recorder. So let's give that a try as a test for the speaker. Hello, everybody. We're doing a sound test of the BangGood provided GS01 smartwatch phone. And let's see how it sounds. Save it. And recorded file list. There it is. Hello, everybody. We're doing a sound test of the BangGood provided GS01 smartwatch phone. Sounds pretty soft to me. We've heard louder, we've heard softer. I wouldn't call it middle. I'd call it, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 would be blasting and everybody around you could hear, I'd give it a 2 or 3, maybe a 3, because there are softer ones. But that's just the built-in sound recorder. And if you were to export that file out using your file manager and stuff like that, or your connection to the computer, you can probably work with it. But listening to it on the watch, you're going to have it pretty close to your ear to hear it. Calendar. Your basic calendar doesn't do much more than just show it to you. You can't schedule anything. Here's the file manager, and this is where it's fun to see what you've got and what you can do with. You see where it says that it has 1.73 gigabytes of available storage space. Remember, on board it's 4 gigabytes, and after you subtract for the operating system and the firmware and everything, you're left with what you're left with. And I haven't installed anything, so it really hasn't used any of the space. These are the standard folders it comes with. Some are empty, most of them are. But you have 1 3/4 gigabytes for your music and whatever else you'd like to put in here in this watch. We have remote camera. Now, if you're tethered using the SynWare to your phone, we've showed this in other videos, you can set it up where it will bring up the image that you're seeing on the camera from your phone, and you can take a picture right from the watch. That's what that's all about. This is for remotely connecting and playing music. This would be the music player to play the music that's on your phone through your watch, which is different than this one, which is the music player that plays the music that's on your watch, not in your phone. You can have music in 2 places. You have 2 different players for that. The traditional Google Play Store, you definitely want this. This is how you're going to access and download a lot of apps. You have Google Maps. And again, I'm not on the internet, so I'm not getting any connectivity. This is just to show you the apps that are here. Google Fit. Google Play Music. Have you uploaded your 50,000 songs into the Google Cloud yet? If you have, you can sign in and play your music directly. As long as you're connected through Wi-Fi or on your cellular, you can definitely play that music through here. This is your sedentary reminders, a whole variety of them that you can schedule different times for, and that will vibrate your watch and let you know. Here's the health category. We have 2 things, heart rate and pedometer. And again, the heart rate monitor's on the back. Let's give it a whirl. We always do that. Hit the heart rate. It's flashing. Wow, it's making noise even. This is new. Okay, I've got it on my arm. I'm seeing a waveform. Put the sensor against your skin. Okay, I got it there. Can you see it? Hey, this is new, guys. That actually looked like it might be a map of the true waveform. And that's a fairly realistic heart rate, 68. Wow. Okay. Wow. I'm impressed. That is new. I thought the sensor looked a little new. Look at that, guys. And then compare it with what you've seen on the other watches. I think we've got the new upgraded higher accuracy heart rate. We definitely have new software here. Wow. All right. I didn't think I could be impressed by a watch this late in the game that are all running the same software, but we've got that. Chrome is Chrome, and you got to log into Chrome, Google's browser. We didn't do the pedometer. There we go. There's the pedometer. And here, now when you go in this way, you can set an interval pedometer if you want to, so you can track steps over time. When you just do the one that's available from here by going, how did we do it? We go from here down. There's 4 things. Over. There you go. Oh, there's one more over here. Oh, the weather. I forgot to show you the weather. If you're connected, you can get your weather. This one just shows you your steps. You don't have that interval capability. To get to that, you need to be in your apps, in your health, in the pedometer there. See? Little subtle tricks of the trade there. All right, Chrome, and then finally Find Me is your connection with your phone that you can press the button and it'll make noise so you can locate your phone from your watch. And that is the parade of all the stock apps that come with the watch. Now I'm going to do one more thing to show you this. It's not a full-on review, but I want to connect it all up on Wi-Fi, on Google. I want to download a couple of technical apps to show you some stuff that everybody wants to know, and I'll be right back. Let's take a look at some of these installed technical apps now. We have AIDA 64. This is a good one to get a nice overview of what's running inside the machine. It's called the Launch-I2 again, and we have this configuration of memory. As expected, 512 megabytes of RAM, and in terms of internal storage, a little over 2.3 gigabytes with 1.3 gigabytes available of internal storage for installing apps and all that good stuff. When we come over here, we get the CPU information, and we're running a quad core, all that good stuff. For those of you interested, what each of the cores are doing, how they're moving around. Then we get information on the display, like we thought, 360 by 360. Our battery information. And our Android information. So we're running Android 5.1 Lollipop. All right, so that's a good overview, first of all, of the machinery there. When we run the Antutu report, which I took a long time to process that, and we've come up with a number of 15,923, which is good. You know, around the 15,000 mark is expected from the Android 5.1 4 gigabyte memory type machines. It's down around 10 when you're looking at an Android 4.4, 4 gig, and it's up around 20, 22 when you're looking at an 8 gigabyte machine. So we got, for the quad core, we got some good processing on there. And then the last thing here is the look at the GPS. We go into location. We come into our GPS and turn it on. And look at the view. Now, I'm indoors, and it hasn't locked up indoors. You see the spattering of the satellites, and you see there's nothing coming in yet. So I'm going to take a moment and go outside, because that's where you need to use GPS. And once we get signal and it locks, we should be pretty good. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, there we go. Just stepped outside. Once I got out of the roof line, we got a good solid signal, and of course it's dying off now because we're indoors. But it's still holding a little bit. That's good. All right, so we've got good solid GPS. We got everything else we need. So once again, by way of summary, we have a brand new GS01, which is really an IQI i2 in a different form factor. That's available from BangGood, and we have in the show notes down below a link to go right straight to the buying page with a coupon and discount price for you. We appreciate you using those sources because it helps us getting fresh new watches in to show you, and definitely appreciate your subscription and thumbs up on our videos and all that good stuff, because that helps our videos get high in the search list. All right, thanks for watching, and we will be back again with a lot more good stuff for you.